Hey, we're at WonderCon 2015. We just got out of the panel for Warner Brothers, and one of the main things that they showed was some footage from the new George Miller movie, Mad Max Fury Road. We've already seen footage from this film over the last few months through tons of trailers that they've released, so we kind of already know what we're getting ourselves into. But during the panel, they showed an exclusive clip and an exclusive trailer, and we just kind of want to talk about that. So,
was it exclusive, or did they screen it at South by Southwest as well?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
it was screened at South by Southwest. But this is just a clip for those of us who weren't there, and it's us.
Yeah,
the three of us.
Yeah. So basically, it's from what we're told, it's the first break in the 20-minute chasing that kicks off.
Yeah,
the
the
film.
movie starts off with a 20-minute chasing, epic, crazy. I'm sure we've seen pieces of that in the trailer.
Yeah.
And then it stops, and starts with Max lifting himself up out of the sand, and he's got a chain around his neck, and he's attached to Nicholas Holt's character, who's laying passed out on the ground, and he's just confused as hell, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he removes this weird IV from himself that's into his neck.
Yeah, and it looked like a fish, and it looked insane.
But it's connecting him and Nicholas Holt's character, and they don't really explain what it is.
They don't, but during the scene, he seemed like he was going through flashes of crazy insanity.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if whatever he was attached to, there was something in the blood or whatever to make him hallucinate a little bit. I'm not quite sure if that's what was really going on. But once he took it out, he kind of calmed down. So I don't know if that's kind of an adrenaline rush that these other guys are taking. Because you've seen how crazy and insane they get in the trailer. So I'm just...
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But, it's interesting. It's an interesting question that will eventually be answered when we see the movie.
Well, when they go on in the clip, you see Tom Hardy's still stuck to Nicholas Holt, and you can see in his eyes all he wants to do is get away from this guy. Like, to the point where he's willing to blow off the other guy's hand,
and chew off his hand.
And chew off his hand to get the chain away from each other.
He picks up a shotgun, and he goes to shoot. He goes to shoot it off, but then the shotgun kind of doesn't.
Fails.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
And
he picks up the guy's hand and starts gnawing off his fingers. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This guy is just a nut, and he wants out. But yeah, and then it just kind of goes from him carrying the body to an area where there's some other crazy vehicles, and kind of turns the corner around one of them, and then there's the 5 wives that we've seen in the trailer getting wet, and drinking water, and being drenched in water, and all kinds of watery, womanly things.
As well as Charlize Theron's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another point that they make too, that not only is gasoline something that they're looking for, but also water is another thing that they're looking for. Judging by Max's reaction when he sees it, can't believe that they're actually sitting there washing themselves and wasting that much water in that situation. He tries to get the women to cut the chain off his wrist, which pretty much provokes Charlize Theron to attack him.
Yeah.
And
it's a brutal fight.
It's a crazy fight scene between Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy.
It's very visceral, and the fact, I forget sometimes, she does not have an arm at this point.
Yeah, but she's punching him with the nub of her arm, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
The effects for it are really well done.
Yeah.
It looks pretty seamless.
And the thing is they ground it in reality, because you have to remember, he's still chained to Nicholas Holt, who is passed out on the floor, so he's not only having to fight her, but drag him around in the fight while he's trying to keep her away.
At one point, Nicholas Holt's character does wake up, though, to help. Which is weird, because I'm not sure now
what the dynamic
is between the two characters are, because now Nicholas Holt and Tom Hardy are teaming up against Charlize Theron and these other women that are wet.
When the clip finally does end, you just don't want it to stop. I can't wait to see this.
I was just like, oh no, just keep it going. Just keep the footage rolling. Let's just watch the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
It really pulled me in, but yeah, this movie's going to be great. I mean, you've already seen the footage that you need to see to sell you on it, but seeing a full clip really helps show you exactly what the dynamic tone and vibe's going to be. So
Check it out. May
May
Yeah.
12th.
Yep, it's going to be great. So great.